Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining me from. This is your girl, Angela Nichole. And today I have an amazing and beautiful co guest speaker, Anna. And I'm not going to say your last name. I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself um, and give your bio because I don't want to mess your name up.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here. Well, thank you, first of all, for inviting me to be here. It's such a pleasure to have the opportunity to share my expertise and to have you create this amazing summit, which is going to help so many people. I can feel it. So my name is Anna Goncalves. I am originally from Portugal, but I've also lived in London. That's why you can hear the British accent. And
Yes.
I am a spiritual leadership and business mentor. And I help creatives and entrepreneurs to really get to know themselves, to find their authenticity, what they stand for, so that they can go out in the world and really live their purpose with attracting the right people who they want to work with and really focusing on what matters and how they can build the right connections, which equate money and fulfillment as well. That's very important. That's
Absolutely.
me in a nutshell.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. So, as you can see, we do have the perfect expert today to help us with our money relationships. And I'm going to jump right on in to a few questions. She's been so gracious to step on board and be able to answer for us. So, I'm going to jump right in with this one. How do I build a strong professional network? And what steps would I take to nurture these relationships over time?
Okay, so the first thing that is important is that you need to figure out your why. I mean, why do you want to build this network? What is your purpose? The reason that it's so important is that because, first of all, I've worked with a lot of people that have been at different ranges and they may not know it, but sometimes they have been functioning from their ego. They think they need to build the network because it will equate money. So if you go about it that way, the person who you're connecting with, they're going to pick up on that and they're not going to, they're going to see that you don't really want to know them, if that's the case, it's going to be unsuccessful. Of course, it may work temporarily, but you yourself will feel it. This is not working because I'm not really connecting to people. So you want to be able to connect to yourself, first of all, what is your why? Then you can begin to connect with other people. And then, of course, you can begin to figure out, where do I actually want to connect to people? And that is very important because if you, for instance, you're afraid of being on social media and you actually prefer to go to network events and meeting people, but you think in your head that actually you need to be on social media, there's a clear indicator that actually your preferred way is to go out and meet people because you'll be happier and people will also feel your joy and your energy, because that is an instant way to connect to people as well. So I think these are my two top tips because you need to be able to be honest with yourself, where you're operating from, because if you're not, it's not going to work so well and you'll have a longer climb as well.
Okay, so that authenticity and being honest, which is okay.
Yes.
That makes sense. And I can kind of see that over the years of the differences of when I was forcing myself to do something or when it was organic and it just flowed so much easier. So, okay, gotcha. Um, what methods can I employ to ensure transparency and it be multi beneficial to both parties?
So, like I shared in the beginning, you want to be honest with yourself, but at the same time, what is it that you want with the people that you're going to network with and you're going to build relationships? You need to be really honest with that because if you're not, you're kind of clueless. And then, when the relationship begins evolving, you're not going to know how to navigate it as well. You need to know that for yourself, what do you want? But sometimes I want to highlight that it's okay, it's perfectly fine if you don't know and you're actually open. So that's actually a very good quality to have. When you're open, you're actually, it's an opportunity for you to get to know the person and them you, and they will realize that they won't feel that you're closed or you're holding something back. So that's very important.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, let's see, how do I measure and evaluate the impact of these relationships on success or sustaining my business?
I think the one thing that is clear is when other people appreciate you and
Okay.
they value your time and your energy by by complimenting you, you know yourself. But then at the same time, you also have to be mindful of yourself if you are finding value in that relationship, because if you feel that you're not, then of course it's going to come from the other person. But if you're not finding value, then it's not going to work. So in terms of measuring the success, it's really the relationship itself and both of you coming together, wherever there's a click, not forcing it. And
Mhm.
also the opportunities that you have together. If you feel that there are many opportunities, it will just become organic and natural, and it will just progress. And also many times they will refer other people to you, so that's also another measure of success. But that's only because both of you have that connection and you have that spark and you're on equal terms. In a way, you've become friends. A lot of business opportunities and networking opportunities, it is said, in the olden days, that you have to keep it strictly business, but that's
Mhm.
not the case anymore. It's better when you're connected. You know each other, your strengths and your weaknesses, and you're actually open to have this relationship, because that's going to benefit you and the other person. That way that person can really refer you in the best way possible, because they know you and they
Right.
know what you're capable of. So when it comes for them to share about, with to other people about how you work, it's easy for them to share. And that's how, then you get referrals and it just becomes instant.
Good. That was really good. I'm so glad that I caught a piece of that at the very end of um, the old way of doing it, and then the new way. And I think that for me personally, that has been like, trying to figure out where to balance that. So I'm sure somebody else will find that very valuable, and that kind of gives me the the okay that, like, it's fine to mix and mingle a little bit. It doesn't have to be so strict. So that is good coming from a relationship specialist. That um yeah, thank you so much. That is a relief and a releaser there. Okay.
Well, sorry, can I just interrupt you for one slight second? Because you've just showed me as well, you don't have to hold yourself back, because if you find yourself holding yourself back, that's an indicator.
Okay.
Because in reality, if you're being yourself, then that person, they're going to appreciate you being yourself, so they can connect to you better. But as soon as you hold yourself back, that person's going to pick it up, and it might create an imbalance. Then that is not the right connection that you want to build that relationship with. So if you're showing up being your full self, it's a good thing.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. What strategies can I use to identify or attract the right mentors, advisors, partners?
Let me go back to the beginning as well. I think the right strategies, they're really about you, and really, it's about your why and how are you showing up and who do you want to work with, because there is no right way for everyone. It just comes back to yourself, because if you're being honest with yourself and also in your why, why do you want to connect with people, then everything happens naturally. You're not going to have this constant need to in your head that I need to, if you don't have that, then you're going to be open to, meeting people absolutely anywhere. And that is the right way for you. It's not, a lot of people in the business world, they think they need to do things a certain way or there's a specific strategy. But when you apply that strategy to some people, it doesn't work and they think that it's a failure. But no, it's not a failure. It just doesn't work for them. And, just have to be open to realize, what is it that I actually need? What do I want? No, scrap out the need for once. Just what do I want? What is my why? And how do I want to work with people? Who do I want to connect with? And go back to your purpose. So the more clear you are on that, and also, are you open, for that relationship? You can, have an invite for a party even, and you can go to this party and you meet like a network, a person who is a good opportunity for your business. This is what happens. It happens so naturally. You don't have it in your head, I need to make this work, I need this business network person, and then only go to networking events. There's people everywhere in all kinds of events. If you're walking along, or if you're in the supermarket, even anywhere, it can be anywhere. Are you open to having a relationship with anyone? Are you open to new opportunities? And there's like so many different ways that you can have that connection, that relationship with people who will help you in the future with their business and your business ultimately.
Yes, this is so good. Thank you. Okay, I do want to let me see, one more question, and then I will let you do a freestyle. Let's see. Um, okay. What steps should I take to build trust and credibility in my target audience and community?
Again, that's going back to honesty. It's very important that you are honest with yourself, but at the same time, you seek the support, because sometimes we get in our own way a lot and we don't actually know what's going on. We may think that we're honest, but actually there's some other stuff under the covers that we need to look at. And when you're online, especially, instead of thinking that you need to post in a certain way, I will go back to that because I've had a lot of clients that were all like that. You have to move back to yourself and, actually, if you have something that you want to share and you're afraid of, that's actually a cue that actually that's good for you to share it, instead of it needing to be something that is completely comfortable and in specific layout. So it's always coming back to yourself and also getting that help to find out if there's any limiting beliefs blocking you from moving forward, so you can come back to your authentic self. And from then, you can share anything. Just being open to what you want to say. And if there's like a controversial topic that actually you really, it really gets you going, and you feel like, oh no, I can't say that, but actually that's a part of you, it's by starting to trust yourself in that, in being more of you, in showing up, in sharing, then others will be able to trust you as well. Because when people see that you are being yourself, and you're showing up regardless, they can easily trust you. So people can pick up if you are authentic, and if you're not, they will pick up on that. So it goes back to you trusting yourself first, and then people will trust you as well. Because usually if it goes the other way around, things just get a bit messy and complicated, and you will have ongoing issues. But if you trust yourself, people will naturally trust you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so very much. I loved it. The time flew by extremely quick. And I do want to get one more thing. I would like you to tell the people anything that we may not have covered, anything I may not have asked you that might be very beneficial to them. Just one last tip that you want to leave with them.
Okay, so this is about money. Your summit is holiday cash flow, and I want to share something that I think is very important. So when it comes to making money, if you're, a service-based business or even a product-based business, and, you're connecting with people, the most important thing is that you are transparent about what you are selling, what you're doing, and have no strings attached. Don't think about the money. Think about the person in front of you. If the product that you're selling, you're creating that for someone, think about the product and the energy that you're putting into that, and it's going to make that person so happy. It's the same with your service. Have more appreciation for your gifts and what you have to offer, because the people who will buy it will pick that up, and they will also refer people to you based on that. That's how it goes. The momentum starts. So it's not really about the money, it's about what you're giving to others, what you're putting into it, and that's how the relationships start and they blossom. Even if one person buys your product, you will feel how much they appreciate it, and they will tell their friends. Of course they will. It's the same if they work with you. If you've made a difference in their lives, they will share with everyone, and then that's how the relationships spiral. So please do appreciate what you have to offer and what you make, because it's very unique and it matters, and people will appreciate you.
Thank you so very much. And I know that you sent a gift as a special request to the audience. Can you let them know? Because at the end, I'm going to post a little QR code with that gift. So can you kind of tell them what that gift is? And then I
Of course.
will.
So I have a guidebook, and it's all about how you can create the steps that are right for you to go out and have the right people that you want to work with. So how to create the successful relationships that you want. So it's just very simple steps following on from this talk. But if you really have the time to dedicate, please answer all the questions and go through them, because it's going to make your life a lot easier in the long run, and it's just going to help you so much. So that's my gift for the audience.
Thank you so much. That's a gracious gift, and I'm sure that they're going to love it. I can't wait to dig into it myself. And this holiday is going to be awesome and amazing. And I thank you again for sharing with us. Um, Together, we're better. So be awesome at being you. And we're out. Wait, don't leave yet. Go ahead and scan that QR code and receive Anna's gift, Building Profitable Relationships Guidebook. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're able to take these nuggets and make a great income through the holidays.